Hey guys, in this video we're going to talk about Kim Kardashian attacking Kanye West, Al Pacino denying his girlfriend's baby is really his, and the Boycott Target song now trending. So far, season 3 of the Kardashians has given us an inside look at Kim and Kris's real life reactions. After the last cliffhanger, episode 2 picks right back up where we left off, with Kris and Kim discussing Kanye's behavior at Kim's house. At this point she breaks down crying and says, "I don't want to be a part of this narrative." And it's like, when is this ever going to end? It never will. I'm stuck with this for the rest of my life. Kris reminds her that it isn't her job to control Kanye's behavior anymore because he's doing this to himself. She said, "Well, that's why you got divorced, because you can't do that to yourself. You never deserve to live like that." In her confessional, Kim admits that she doesn't want to reveal her true feelings about Kanye for the sake of their 4 young children, who obviously don't know the full extent of his public behavior. She says, "I still feel the need not to talk about it and protect my kids, and I will always feel that way. But God, if people knew, I just would never do that to my kids." She insists that her oldest daughter North actually doesn't know anything about what's happened with her father. She said, "No TV, only Apple TV. I can't risk an Access Hollywood or anything on the news coming up with their dad mention and they want to watch. I have to figure out a way to protect them, and so they still haven't seen anything. But then I do go into crisis mode." Back in the room with Kris, she reflects on the years that she spent with him and all the times throughout their marriage that he received a public backlash. At the height of his political campaign, she said that she used to run around and call everyone behind his back, trying to reassure them that everything would be alright and that they just needed to give him another chance. Kim claimed that she used to spend hours and hours of her days as Kanye's cleanup crew, but at the same time she recognized that since he's now hit rock bottom, that's his own journey and it's something that he needs to figure out on his own. She made it clear that she won't be held accountable for his actions now that they're no longer together, because she simply does not have the energy. In a confessional, she said, "I'm the one being accused of so many things and being blamed for so many things, and it's really hurtful and it sucks, but I can control how I react and I can control if I'm a mess, and then my kids will see that. I really do believe in my soul that one day my kids will appreciate my silence, my understanding and my grace. I will try my hardest to keep it together at all times." Looking back, she said one of the most difficult things about their divorce has been watching Kanye change so drastically from the person she married back in 2014, and it was the hardest feeling to watch someone you really loved and you have a family with just be so different from the person you knew. When the trailer for season 3 dropped, it had fans in a chokehold. It's taken so long for Kim to address her divorce from Kanye and how it affected the family dynamics. In one clip, she's seen talking with her sister Chloe, who asks her if she's doing okay. At this question, she bursts into tears and said that she's not okay because she's having such a hard day. In another clip, Kendall can be heard saying, "I don't know how Kim handles everything with her ex-husband." Just from that, we can tell this new season is going to be very interesting. Later on in the trailer, Kim can be seen talking to Kris, and she says, "We have made up the most insane narrative. We stay silent through all the lies for my kids." You can watch the latest episode of The Kardashians on Hulu now or on Disney Plus internationally. The next episode will be available to stream on June 8th. So if you want to watch more of that, be sure to check it out. Last week, the reality star went on the On Purpose podcast with Jay Shetty, and they had a very interesting conversation. She seemed to have brought up the Kanye issue when she said, "There's nothing worse than when someone is so woke and they're on this therapy journey and they expect you to be right there with them. It's a beautiful thing to sit back and watch people make mistakes." She said that she wants to allow people to learn from their mistakes, grow and evolve. This is when she brought up her divorce. She called their marriage beautiful but said that it ultimately failed because she couldn't change her partner. Quote, "You can't force your beliefs and project that on someone that thinks something totally different. It's okay to realize that life is so short and you should go and find the people that do align with what you really believe in." In the end, it's probably that kind of thinking that gave her the strength to walk away from her marriage. Once she realized that they were fundamentally different people, that was it. Now let's talk about Al Pacino's girlfriend's baby. This story just keeps getting crazier and crazier. Sources with direct knowledge of the situation spoke to TMZ and said that Al Pacino was so certain that he could not get his girlfriend or anyone else pregnant that he did not believe the baby was his at first. So he got a DNA test for proof. The 83-year-old actor reportedly had medical issues that would have commonly prevented a man from impregnating his partner. Apparently he had no idea until 2 months ago that his 29-year-old girlfriend was pregnant, and when he found out, he was understandably shocked. At first, Al Pacino allegedly doubted the baby was his and wanted a DNA test. Then Noor obliged and the test showed that he was indeed the father. You just couldn't get any crazier than that. So it seems like he didn't think that it was even possible. His representatives confirmed the news to NBC after TMZ broke the story. Noor is currently 8 months pregnant with what will be Al Pacino's 4th child. He also has 3 adult children, his 33-year-old daughter Julie Marie, who he shares with his ex-girlfriend Jan Tarrant, and he shares his 22-year-old twins Anton and Olivia with his ex Beverly D'Angelo. He's been romantically linked to his current partner since April of 2022, after they were photographed leaving Felix restaurant in Venice, California. Last month, Noor posted a photo with Al Pacino on her Instagram. The two of them were at an art gallery in New York City seeing her friend's exhibition. A source told Page 6 they started seeing each other during the pandemic. She mostly dates very rich, older men. She's been with Al for some time and they get on very well. The age gap doesn't seem to be a problem, even though he is older than her father. She previously dated Mick Jagger from 2017 to 2018, when she was only 22 years old and he was 74. They were rumored to have gotten together when his then girlfriend Melanie Hamrick was pregnant with their child. Noor and Mick were spotted together on several occasions, and she actually confirmed the dating rumors herself to Page 6. After they broke up, she said, "Age didn't matter to me. The heart doesn't know what it sees, it only knows what it feels. It was my first serious relationship, but it was a happy time for me." Then a few years ago, she was reported to be dating billionaire Nicholas Berggruen, and there were even some rumors that she'd linked up with Clint Eastwood when the two of them were spotted out to dinner in 2019. But Noor quickly shut that speculation down. While she might be a stranger to most cinema fans, she's actually Hollywood royalty. She comes from a very wealthy Kuwaiti American family and actually works as a film producer. Just 3 weeks ago, Robert De Niro announced that he had welcomed his 7th baby at the age of 79. So now he's extending his congratulations to his longtime friend. He said, "He's a few years older than me, God bless him, very happy for him." The actor welcomed his daughter Gia Virginia Chen De Niro with his girlfriend Tiffany Chen on April 6th. Fans were absolutely shocked when he revealed that he was now a father of 7 while he was chatting with Entertainment Tonight Canada. He corrected the interviewer who asked him about his 6 children by saying actually he had 7, because he had just had a baby. So how is he embracing having a newborn in the house? Well, according to De Niro, it feels great. He said, "I have a certain awareness. When you're older, you have an awareness of certain things in life, dynamics, everything, family dynamics. You can't avoid learning certain things, and then how you can deal with those, manage them, and this and that." The actor has 6 adult children. He and his first wife Diane Abbott are parents to their 51-year-old daughter Drina and 46-year-old son Raphael. In 1995, he welcomed twin sons Julian and Aaron, who are now 27. The actor also shares his 24-year-old son Elliot and 11-year-old daughter Helen with Grace Hightower. Alright, now let's talk about this Boycott Target song that's been trending. A conservative rapper by the name of Forgiato Blow decided to ride the wave coming off the Target turmoil with a rap song called Boycott Target. What's really crazy is that this song has rocketed all the way up to the #1 spot on Apple iTunes, knocking off Taylor Swift's Hits Different from the top songs chart. And the lyrics make it very clear what the song is all about and why the backlash started in the first place. Quote, "They put a target on my back, but they're targeting. They don't even need the cash because you know what it is." The track clearly takes a stand against gender appropriation and specifically targets Target for targeting children. Following the success of the song, Forgiato Blow was interviewed by Fox News, and he explained the message behind it all. He told reporters, "We're obviously shifting the culture. We're waking people up, letting them know, hey, you don't have to follow the crowd. You can stand on your own and be a leader, not a follower. Someone has to stand up for their kids." If you didn't know, Target came under intense scrutiny when they released LGBTQ themed merchandise for Pride Month. This caused an insane reaction from right-wingers who called for a nationwide boycott. In an effort to contain the outrage, a spokesperson for Target then released a statement saying that the company has offered an assortment of products aimed at celebrating Pride Month for more than a decade. But since introducing this year's collection, they experienced a level of threats impacting their team members like never before. Quote, "Given these volatile circumstances, we are making adjustments to our plans, including removing items that have been at the center of the most significant confrontational behavior. Our focus now is on moving forward with our continuing commitment to the LGBTQ+ community and standing with them as we celebrate Pride Month and throughout the year." In some stores in the South, the display was moved to less visible locations, like the back of the store. In interviews, Target customers and employees in North Carolina and Texas said the company pulled Pride collections away from view. But when this news came out, things got a whole lot worse, because it seemed like Target was trying to backpedal on their LGBTQ support. This response was condemned by the GLAAD organization, who called on corporate leaders to stand up to what they said was a small group of extremists. But this boycott got a whole lot bigger than anyone anticipated. Recently, a network of right-wing media figures singled out Bud Light for partnering with trans influencer Dylan Mulvaney. At first, many assumed it wouldn't have much of an impact on the company, but the campaign against Bud Light has shown staying power, and it's seriously dented the sales sales of the #1 beer in America. To make matters worse, the corporate response was simply awful. First, the CEO issued a statement saying, "We never intended to be a part of a discussion that divides people." And then the company put the people behind the Dylan Mulvaney campaign on leave. But the damage control didn't even work. If anything, it just emboldened the right-wing groups behind it all. And now those same people are turning their sights on other companies like Kohl's, who released Pride-themed clothing less than a week after Target announced that it was removing their merchandise. The store recently launched its newest line of LGBTQ clothing, which ranges from hats, shirts, and pants with the colors of the Pride flag on it. As you could probably guess by now, this didn't sit well with customers at all. Now Kohl's is scrambling to try and avoid a similar fate like Target. All of this really makes you wonder, why have these corporate boycotts been so successful? ABC News puts it down to a hot-button political controversy and amplification on social media. In the past, almost all of these boycotts have fizzled out over time as people just lost interest. But right now, the opposite seems to be happening. If these campaigns keep gaining momentum, who knows how far this could go? Pretty soon, companies will be afraid to put even the most basic Rainbow Pride merch inside their stores. It's too early to tell whether any of this will have a lasting effect, but right now it shows no signs of slowing down. So what do you guys think about this controversy? Please let me know in the comments below, and I'll catch you in the next video.